This video will walk through a few of the homework problems, so I'll start with number 11. The first thing to notice in number 11 is I have a subtraction sign sitting outside parentheses. So you can think of this as distributing a -1 if it helps you to visualize that setup. It's like each term inside the parentheses will be multiplied by a -1. So I simply recopy 5x, and then I remove the parentheses, and I would have positive x times -1, so that's going to make that a negative x. Then I'm going to have -18 times -1, making that a positive 18 without the parentheses. So take a minute just to make sure that you understand what happened from the beginning of the problem into the very first step. Then coming to the other side, carrying through a similar logic, only on the other side I've got a -2 outside the parentheses. So the tempting thing to do sometimes is to combine the 6 and the 2 and think that I'm going to start with 6 minus 2 is 4 by doing that first. That's the wrong first step. The correct first step is to distribute the -2 inside x plus 15. So I simply copy the 6 and I multiply positive x times -2 and -2 times positive 15. So take a minute and make sure that your first step is right. The largest opportunity for error has occurred in that very first step because of the way this problem is set up. And now it's just a matter of combining like terms. So let's combine like terms on both sides of the equal sign before we start moving things across the equal sign. So over here on the left-hand side, I have 4x plus 18. And then on the right-hand side, I'm going to have -24 minus 2x. And now I have options as to which way I would like to go. I'm going to go ahead and bring all of my x's to the right-hand side. So I now have 6 x's. And I'm now going to subtract the 18. And I have positive 6 x's. I'm going to set that equal to 42, -42 rather, since they're both negative. Then I divide by 6 or multiply by 1/6. And I end up with my answer of x equaling -7. I'm not going to do number 12 for you. I will tell you that the answer for number 12 is positive 4. But I do want to set it up with you a little bit. So on the first step in number 12, it's pretty clean distributive property right here. So this is going to start off as 8y plus 32. The opportunity for mistake on round 1 comes in the next phase, making sure that you distribute -2 properly. So I'm now going to have -2 times positive y inside parentheses, -2 times -1, making that a positive 2 outside the parentheses. And then I just simply recopy the other side. And now as before, I ask you to gather like terms on the left-hand side before you start trying to combine things across the equal sign. So over here, I'm going to have 6y plus 34 and then 70 minus 3y, and I'm going to let you all take it from there. I'm going to move to a different problem set now. Let's move to number 9 on the next page. Just a few things to point out here. With a problem like number 9, you can think of the fraction bar as a grouping symbol. And here I'm just going to cross multiply. And you may remember this property from last year. A over b equals c over d. That implies that a times d equals b times c. Properties of extremes and means. So it's just cross multiplying across like that. And you can do that when you have a fraction equaling another fraction. So we're going to apply that property in this setting. So my first move, I'm going to multiply 5 times x plus 2. But the x plus 2 is going to remain in parentheses because it was the numerator of that fraction. And I'm going to set this equal to 3 times the quantity x plus 4. So that's your first step. Make sure you understand that. And now it's actually a pretty clean problem. I'm just going to distribute the 5 and I'm going to distribute the 3. And I would subtract 3x from both sides. I'll just decide I'll come down here, and that's going to give me 2x plus 10 equaling 12. Then if I subtract 10 from both sides, and then I end up with x equaling 1. Let me set up number 10 with you on the video, and I'll let you finish the others on your own. So in round 1, I'm going to multiply, cross multiply. So I'm going to have 2 times n plus 8, and I'm going to set that equal to 5 times n minus 1. Just keeping in mind that that numerator, that fraction bar, acts as a grouping symbol. And I'm going to trust you all to take it from there. Same thing down here. I'm going to start with this, 8 times x plus 2, and I'm going to set that equal to 6 times 2x minus 10. And let me give you the answers for these. Number 10, the final answer is -5. That's the final answer. And in number 12, the variable value is 4. And in number 11, the variable value is -7. And I'll let you all take that from there on your own.